I will order the Department of Defense to inflict maximum damage on cartel leadership, infrastructure, and operations.
Donald Trump, renowned for never backing down from a challenge, had this time delved into a territory where others feared to tread, confronting drug smuggling and Mexico cartels.
A simple message for the cartels, the gang members, the drug dealers. Your days are numbered. Your reign of crime will very soon come crashing to a very ugly end. You're getting the hell out of this country.
The real estate mogul's penchant for controversy and headline-grabbing antics led him to boldly confront one of Mexico's infamous cartels, disrupting their illicit operations. Little did he know that this audacious move would set off a chain of unforeseen events. Fueled by El Chapo's escape, Trump escalated his anti-cartel crusade, vowing to disrupt the notorious Mexican cartel's activities along the border. For him, staying under the radar was evidently out of the question. However, it soon became clear that his words had provoked the wrath of a far more perilous adversary, the Sinaloa Cartel. This cartel, once led by the elusive El Chapo, had long operated in the shadows, trafficking billions of dollars worth of drugs into the United States. However, Trump's vocal stance on border security significantly disrupted the drug trade, resulting in tighter border controls and a reduction in drugs entering the states. Consequently, the drug market experienced fluctuations as Trump's bold actions directly challenged the cartel's profitable operations, posing a significant threat to their illicit enterprise. In a bold move fueled by fury and desperation, the cartel decided to send a chilling message to Trump. Through the guise of social media, they issued a stark warning, promising retribution if he dared to continue his crusade against them.
So, a Twitter account allegedly belonging to El Chapo's son sent a tweet in Spanish threatening the presidential candidate over the comments he made about Mexico and Mexican immigrants. Kind of ironic. Translated into English, the message reads, "Keep around and I'm gonna make you swallow your words, you whitey milk."
Their menacing message shook Trump's world, prompting him to take heightened security measures and turning his life into a fortress of paranoia. The escalating tension forced Trump into seclusion under constant FBI protection, transforming his once luxurious lifestyle into a prison of fear. Every step he took was under the watchful eye of armed protection, a constant reminder of the danger lurking in the shadows. It's astonishing how a mere threat could prompt a presidential candidate to seek refuge, isn't it? But if this story didn't captivate you, the next one surely will. Meet this man called Fernando Villavicencio, who, despite being warned by the same Sinaloa cartel to stop referencing them in his political campaigns, continued to boldly label their nefarious deeds. Isn't this just asking for trouble? Apparently not in Fernando's eyes, as he dismissed their warning believing he was beyond their reach. However, his false sense of invincibility proved short-lived. Born in rural Ecuador, Villavicencio moved to the country's capital, Quito, with his family during his teenage years. Balancing night studies with daytime employment, he displayed a remarkable work ethic from a young age. At 18, he boldly founded a small newspaper dedicated to championing workers' rights, igniting his passion for combating corruption. Now, at 56, Villavicencio had earned himself a reputation for attracting powerful foes through his primary work as a politician, talking fearlessly about the crime sweeping through Ecuador. With this quest, he seeped through crime in all aspects of life, making him receive multiple threats from cartels and drug trafficking groups. However, in his latest confrontation, Villavicencio had crossed paths with a foe whose price he could not afford, the Sinaloa Cartel.
De un parte policial en el que se revela una gravísima amenaza de uno de los capos del cartel de Sinaloa, me refiero alias Fito.
The notorious cartel, known for its relentless brutality, sought to impart a harsh lesson to this politician who dared to interfere with their operations. They issued a stern warning to Villavicencio, who dismissed them cavalierly, believing they could not harm him, despite boldly rejecting the threats and declaring his unwavering courage. Villavicencio was tragically assassinated in Quito shortly after a campaign event. Just wait until you hear about this man's fate, which is even scarier. His name is Aristoteles Sandoval. This former governor of Jalisco thought he could play with the devil's claws, only to find himself trapped in its lethal grip. He brazenly trespassed into the domain of Mexico's most notorious cartel. They are called the CJNG, and this 49-year-old Sandoval had thoughtlessly disrupted their activities, prompting them to view him as a threat. Unfortunately, his actions had put a target on his back. Born on January 22, 1974, in Guadalajara, Mexico, Sandoval was raised by parents deeply rooted in law and justice. His father's role as a magistrate fueled his sense of duty and justice. After earning a law degree from the University of Guadalajara, he ventured into politics, becoming Guadalajara's municipal president from 2010 to 2012. In January 2012, he resigned to pursue the governorship of Jalisco, which he ultimately won. With this sense of superiority and power, he believed he could confront the state's criminal operations head-on, utterly oblivious to the vital forces at play. Little did he know his pursuit of justice had caught the attention of the CJNG. This cartel, perceiving any threat as a direct challenge to their authority, decided to assert their dominance unequivocally. On the fateful evening of December 18, 2020, Sandoval was dining at the renowned Distrito 5 restaurant in the heart of Puerto Vallarta. Tragically, while in the restaurant restroom, Sandoval fell victim to a cowardly attack, being shot from behind and sustaining critical injuries. Amidst the chaos, as his bodyguards tried to rescue him, other gunmen appeared and opened fire, killing Sandoval and wounding one of his bodyguards. As authorities investigated the brutal incident, the finger of suspicion pointed towards the CJNG, given the calculated nature of the attack. As crazy as it may sound, the next story will be even crazier. Meet Montserrat Caballero, a woman who dared to challenge the entrenched power dynamics of Tijuana. As mayor, she took a bold stance against the vicious cartel, believing she could wield her influence for the greater good. However, her decision to confront the cartel's operations proved to be perilous, as it directly threatened their authority. Unbeknownst to her, the future held an uncertain fate. Born in the vibrant city of Oaxaca de Juarez, Montserrat's journey to Tijuana began at a tender age of 2, as her family sought new opportunities in the border town. Montserrat's path was paved with academic excellence and a passion for justice. After graduating with a degree in law from a technical campus, she honed her skills in criminalistics while serving in the Attorney General's office of the state of Baja California. From the corridors of academia to the halls of political power, Montserrat's ascent was unstoppable. As a staunch advocate for the people, she emerged as a beacon of hope, earning the trust of her constituents with a resounding victory in the 2021 municipal elections. But with power came peril, and Montserrat's tenure as mayor was fraught with challenges. In her relentless quest for justice, Montserrat had drawn the gaze of Tijuana's most ruthless cartel. The cartel, lurking in the shadows, perceived Montserrat's pursuit of justice as a threat to their very existence. Determined to assert their dominance, they orchestrated a chilling warning to demonstrate their power to the people. One ominous day, as she made her way from the salon, a hail of bullets struck one of her bodyguards, narrowly escaping death. This brazen act made it clear Montserrat was next in line. Faced with this grave threat, she had no choice but to seek refuge within the confines of the army base. An unprecedented move for a sitting mayor. Pretty crazy how much power and authority those cartels have, right? But if you think settling scores with threats isn't crazy, wait until you hear the next story that is the craziest of all, as I saved the best for last. This man, called Francisco Abel Murrieta, dared to challenge the darkness that gripped his city without thinking of the consequences. As both a seasoned politician and skilled lawyer, he had fiercely taken on cases entangled with Mexico's most notorious cartels. Refusing to compromise his principles by collaborating with them, he found himself at odds with the formidable Mexico Cartel. However, this defiance would cost him dearly. Born in Ciudad Obregón, Sonora, Murrieta graduated in law from the Autonomous University of Nuevo León in 1984. For years, he provided legal counsel to businesses in Ciudad Obregón, building a reputation for integrity and justice. However, his path collided with the formidable Mexico Cartel, whose grip on the city was unyielding. Murrieta's crusade for truth clashed with the cartel's insidious influence, particularly when he sought justice for the Levarón family, victims of the cartel's brutality. His relentless pursuit threatened the very foundation of the cartel's power, stoking their wrath and triggering a vengeful response. On the fateful day of May 13, 2021, tragedy struck as Murrieta stood on a street corner passionately distributing flyers for his campaign for the municipal presidency. In a horrifying turn of events, a car approached and unleashed a barrage of gunfire, fatally striking him in the head. Amidst the chaos, a female campaign worker also suffered injuries. Murrieta was swiftly rushed to a local hospital, but despite efforts, succumbed to his wounds. Authorities, in the wake of meticulous investigations, identified a potential suspect in the heinous killing of Murrieta. The ruthless attack was attributed to none other than the notorious Mexico Cartel, a group infamous for its violent history, including the brutal massacre of Murrieta's clients, the Levarón family.